Bhante, we can't hear you. Oh my goodness. Hello, Bhante, we can't hear you. Oh, shucks.
Hello.
Hello, I'm so sorry. I'm working the Zoom controls and I'm so sorry. I think I screwed something up and we can't hear Bhante because of me. And he can't see us. So I'm going to call the temple and see if they can reach him to unmute himself.
Is it possible to share your hosting with someone else?
If I could make him co-host, but he wouldn't unmute himself.
So do you think it's on his end or on your end?
I can't, he may unmute. Now I have the control so he can unmute himself, but he doesn't know to unmute himself.
Okay.
So I'm
Thank
calling
you.
the temple.
I don't know.
Hello,
This is
the temple of Bhante Chandima. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
Diane, are you still there? Diane, it's also muted on YouTube.
All right, right.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bonte, can you hear me? I made a mistake and can you unmute
Right,
yourself?
sorry, Mrs.
Bonte, I
Diane.
made a horrible mistake.
So,
Please
right.
no?
So we were talking about sharing loving kindness direction-wise. So today we are going to learn about the second step of loving kindness. So then we think of all the beings direction-wise, all the beings in the north, all the beings in the south, all the beings in the west, all the beings in the east, and all the beings above us, and all the beings below us. Be well, be happy, and be peaceful. And then after that, we think, may they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will, right? So then after that, so you think, may they attain real peace, real happiness, nibbana, right? So like that, you share your loving kindness with all those beings accordingly. So when you think about the north, give your entire attention to the north. When you say south, give your entire attention to the south. And east, west, above, below, whenever we think like that, give your entire attention to that particular direction, right? And don't just so verbalize it. What is the important thing is your emotion. The emotion is the most important thing. So so sometimes so there are verbalization meditations too, but this is not a verbalization meditation. So so you should not focus on the words. You have to focus on the emotions. So when we say may you be happy, so we sincerely wish that person to be happy. When we say may you be well, we sincerely wish that may you be well, right? And when we say may you be peaceful, we sincerely wish that may they be peaceful, right? So whatever difficulties that they have, may all those things be away, and we wish may they gain all those positivities in life. So you sincerely wish, right? And sometimes you might forget certain sentences, that's fine. So at least the main three, keep those in mind and share your emotions, right? Share your emotions and share your well wishes with all those beings, right? That's the practice that we are doing. And so if someone if someone feels like it's difficult, still you can practice the first step. I think this is more easier than the first one. Do you think so? But actually, this is the hardest than the first one. Do you know why? Because anymore you are not going to when we did the first practice accordingly, so you develop your loving kindness, so from closest to person to the a person who is far away from you. So it was easy to think about the parents and share your loving kindness. It was easy to think about your friends and relatives and share your loving kindness. Now you think about all the beings. So make sure you don't verbalize and share your loving kindness as a group, right? As a common set of beings. When we say all the beings in the north, all the beings, right? So please do like that. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. And let your whole body to calm down. Let your whole body to calm down. First of all, I'm going to pay our respect to the Buddha, thinking about his great qualities, and Dhamma and Sangha. And after that, we are going to start the silent meditation. So everyone, first of all, please concentrate. And after that, let's start our silent meditation. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimeso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangnittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko paccatang veditammo vinyuhiti. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyakhitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a mind full of love, with a mind full of compassion. Everyone, please start your meditation. First of all, for a moment, please share your loving kindness with yourself. Please think, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, jealousy and ill will. And may I develop all kinds of positivities. May I finally attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Again, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May I develop all the positivities. Finally, may I attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. For a moment, please share your loving kindness with yourself. Now everyone, please pay your entire attention towards all the beings in the north direction. Let them be, they might include human beings, animals, birds, and various kinds of fish, tiny beings, big beings who are big in size, and then there may be powerful and weak beings, beautiful and ugly beings, various kinds of beings. Regardless of their differences, all beings like to live comfortably. No being in this world likes to live uncomfortably. All beings like to live with happiness, and no being likes to live with sadness and suffering. We share our unlimited loving kindness with all those beings who are in the north. May all beings in the north direction, in the north, be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, jealousy and ill will. And may they develop all the positivities. Finally, may they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Share your loving kindness with all the beings in the North. Now let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the south direction. Again, they may include various kinds of beings. Human beings, non-human beings. They may be various in size. So by beauty, some of them may be beautiful, some of them may be ugly, some of them may be fragrant, some of them may be stinky. So some of them may be powerful, some of them may be not powerful. Whatever the differences that they do have, regardless of those differences, please think, I share my loving kindness with all the beings in the south direction. May all beings in the south direction be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May they develop all the positivities. Finally, may they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Please share your pure loving kindness, sincere loving kindness, thoughts of loving kindness with all the beings in the south. Now let's think about all the beings in the west direction, at the west direction of you. May all the beings in the west be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May they develop all the positivities. May they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana, finally. Please share your loving kindness with all the beings in your best direction. Now very calmly, pay your entire attention towards all the beings in the east direction, your east direction, the east. Whoever the beings they are, regardless of the differences, regardless of the appearances, please share your loving kindness equally with all those beings. May all beings in the east direction be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May they develop all positivities. Finally, may they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Share your loving kindness with all the beings who are in the east direction of you. Share your loving kindness with all of them. Now very calmly, please pay your attention towards all the beings above you. Whoever the beings are they, it doesn't matter. Regardless of their differences, share your loving kindness equally with all the beings above you. May all the beings above me be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May they develop all the positivities. And finally, may they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Now please think about all the beings below you. Let them be any being. Let them have any characteristic. Regardless of their differences, you will share your loving kindness with all those beings equally. May all beings below me be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all beings below me come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, and ill will. May they develop all the positivities. Finally, may they attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Share your sincere loving kindness, pure loving kindness with all the beings below you. If you finished sharing your loving kindness with all the beings below you, then restart sharing loving kindness by sharing loving kindness with the beings in the north. Then again, think about the beings in the south, beings in the west, beings in the east, beings above you, then beings below you. Please share your pure loving kindness with all those beings, all those beings. Keep on practicing meditation. Keep on sharing your loving kindness. Bhavetu sabbe mangalam rakhantu sabbe devata sabbe buddhanupamine Sada suti bhavantu te bhavetu sabbe mangalam rakhantu sabbe devata sabbe dhammanubhavine sada suti bhavantu te Bhavetu sabbe mangalam rakhantu sabbe devata samme sanghanubhavine sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Everyone, very calmly and peacefully, please open your eyes. Now, let your body to relax. Please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, first of all, let me ask, how was the meditation? Could you do that? So, could you share your loving kindness as a group? So, yeah, that's fine. Let's start. So, Saumi Didi can start with the first one. I will teach you. So, yeah, so it's hard because you should sincerely feel those being. So, it is easy to, as I mentioned earlier, it is easy to think about your mom and share your loving kindness. It is easy to think about your father and share loving kindness. Brothers, sisters, and friends, relatives, easy. But this is hard. So here you are thinking about many beings who sometimes you haven't even seen throughout your life. So you share your loving kindness with all those beings. So it's a little bit hard. But sincerely think of them and try to share as much as loving kindness that you can. So to do this practice, so you have to be really advanced in loving kindness meditation. But so this is the second step. If you could develop deep loving kindness, then this is the place, this is the technique that you should turn to. That's why I'm teaching this. So, so if you have a strong sense of loving kindness, it's easy to do this, right? So sometimes when you practice this, so it says that we are attracted, we get attracted by many people that we associate in our life. So if someone practices this second meditation, loving kindness meditation practice, it says that they become, regardless of their appearance, they become so attractive to the other people. So it happens because of the strong notion of loving kindness that they do have. So this is in a book, but so an incident which happened in Sri Lanka long time ago. So Bante Visaka, was a Sri Lankan monk, so who lived in north central province of Sri Lanka long time ago, more than 1,000 years ago. So he was considered as one of the best practitioners to practice loving kindness meditation in Sri Lanka. So his specialty was loving kindness meditation, and he attained all four jhanic levels by practicing loving kindness meditation. So there are various Bhantes, even they practice various kinds of meditation techniques to achieve those levels. So some of them may be practicing walking meditation, some of them may be practicing breathing meditation. There are certain Bhantes who practice loving kindness meditation. This Bhante practiced loving kindness meditation, and he had a very strong, since he was practicing this for a long time, he had a very strong sense of loving kindness within. So not only the people in that area loved him, so he lived at a forest monastery. So even the non-human beings liked him. So you can remember. So 2 months ago we had the Khatna ceremony, right? So basically Bhantes they observe 3 months retreat from July to October. So they determine they won't go anywhere, and they will keep practicing here, helping the other people also to practice. So after that retreat, we have a ceremony called Khatna ceremony. So this Bhante was invited once to go and observe such kind of a retreat at another village. So Bhante is living at a forest, and he was asked to come to the village, to a particular village, and practice loving kindness. Observe the retreat. Yeah. So then what happened? So on the day, on the eve of the day that he has to go to that particular village, he heard some people crying. So he checked around, but he couldn't see anyone. Then after that, he had this jhanic ability. So he developed his mind to that jhanic ability and checked around. Then he saw, so these invisible beings, they are the ones who were crying. So then he asked them, why are they crying? Then they explained, so Bhante, before you come here, this was a horrible place, because all these these spirits, they were hating each other at that time. So they had a lot of fights. But when you came here, this became very peaceful place, very comfortable place for us. So tomorrow you are leaving. We don't know what will happen to us. Again, we will start quarrels, and sometimes we may not be united like this. So this place won't be peaceful like this. So that's why we are crying. So they asked, can you please stay for this year and go for that retreat on the next year? Then Bhante decided, oh, so many of them will get benefit. So if I don't go, another Bhante can observe the retreat, but for them, I should stay. So Bhante stayed at the forest, at that particular forest, and didn't go for the retreat. And then on the following year, what happened? He was to go, and again he heard them crying. Again, Bhante changed his mind. And for the third year too, when he was about to go, same thing happened. So Bhante Vishak had to live throughout his life at that forest. Yeah. Only when he became, when he passed away, he could come to a village. Yeah. So it happens. So so there are some other experiences that people had during this very life too. So during the recent times too. But since we don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to elaborate all those things. But somehow, even in your own life, you might see that certain things happen when you are desperate, when you are in desperate situations. You might see certain things happen that you even not expected in a positive manner. And then, so whatever desperate situation that you had, so frustrating situation that you had, it goes away. And you become comfortable. Those things happen in life if you practice this. Second, practice of meditation, loving kindness meditation, deeply. But it's a little bit hard. So first one, it's hard because you have to memorize a lot of stuff. So a lot of lines. But this one is easy when it comes to to memorize, it's easier, but to practice, it's hard. So you should make sure that you share your sincere loving kindness with everyone, right? Don't make sure that you don't practice verbalization. That means you, by mind, you say, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, but no loving kindness with it. So don't do it like that. Make sure you have the feeling, you have the emotion with it, right? So then please gradually practice. Then today I'm going to teach you about the 10th perfection. So during the last weeks, I was teaching the 10 perfections one by one. We started with, can you remember? Dana. That means practicing generosity, right? Generosity. That is the first one. So can you remember the second one? Just very nice. So moral qualities, right? Morality. So then third one,
Renunciation.
very nice. So renunciation, right? Renunciation from all the negativities. So that is another perfection. So that we need to develop. So number 4.
Panya.
Mrs. Diane, can you remember?
No, sir. Sorry.
So let me check. Can you check whether the mic is? Yeah, right. So yeah, fourth one.
Wisdom.
So wisdom, right? Fifth one, effort, right? Then after that, tolerance, right? So tolerance. Then after that, truthfulness, and then after that, tolerance, truthfulness. Then determination, and after that, determination, loving kindness, and finally, now 10th one, we can say equanimity or tranquility is the real word. Tranquility. So again, this is balance of mind. So tranquility means the balance of mind. Whatever it happens, so keeping the mind balanced. So in life, many things happen, but it's very hard for the people to keep the mind balanced, right? So there are 8 vicissitudes that we have to face in our lives. I told you before. Can you remember? Okay, keep in mind. So number one, you gain things. There are gains. Balji, can you remember 8 vicissitudes?
Yeah, praise and praise.
Right, very nice. First one, labh, alabh, gains and then losses. Right, labh, alabh. Then yes, ninda, pasansa. That means praises and blames. Yes. So sometimes you are praised, sometimes you are blamed, right? And then gains, losses, praises and blames. Then after that, so sometimes you prosper, right? So sometimes you become, that means you become famous and you have a lot of people around. Sometimes you become alone. That means you then, so you don't have prosperity. You lose the prosperity. And then there is the fifth and the sixth. And then sometimes you feel comfort. You gain comfort. Sometimes you gain discomfort. In other words, happiness and sadness, right? Sometimes you become happy. Sometimes you feel sad. So these are the 8 vicissitudes of life, right? Once again, can you remember? Number one, first 2, gains and losses, Saumadidi. Number 2, praises and blames, prosperity and you lose prosperity, happiness and sadness. Very nice. So these 8 things come and go in our lives. So having a balanced mind in front of all these experiences is called as tranquility, practicing tranquility. So tranquility doesn't mean there are certain people who don't care. So that is not tranquility. So some people say, oh, I am equanimous, I don't care about anything. So that's not tranquility, that's their foolishness. So if someone, because of their laziness, because of their ignorance, foolishness, if they don't care about anything, that's not tranquility, that's foolishness, right? So you have to recognize the tranquility and that foolishness differently. You should know the difference. So tranquility is understanding about the world, understanding about the life, keeping the mind balanced. Everything is coming and going. So gains come, then losses come. Then sometimes you are praised, sometimes you are blamed. This is the life, right? Sometimes you gain a lot of, so a lot of people, then sometimes you won't have, right? So you can see someday on social media, someone posts one post, that person gets some likes, another post, a lot of likes. So like that in life too. So that's for an example. So you gain sometimes, so you prosper in life. Sometimes you lose the fame. And then sometimes you feel comfortable and happy. And sometimes you don't feel comfortable and not happy, right? These things, they come and go. You have to understand this is how it is. So whenever they come, you should practice the skill to maintain a balanced mind, unshaken mind. So another thing, sometimes you make the other people's, so yes, we have to be sensitive towards the other people's feelings, but at the same time, better to keep a balanced mind when things happen to the other people too. Yeah. So let's say, if not, sometimes you will miss the life. For an example, your brother has an enemy, right? Thinking that that person is my brother's enemy, you develop hatred towards that person. You have no connection at all. You develop negative feelings towards that particular person because someone who is related to you is angry at that particular person, right? So some people say, oh, that is my friend's enemy, that's my relative's enemy, like that, thinking like that. So they develop various kinds of negativity towards the other people. So you should not do like that. So it is a different matter. So not to escalate the situation, avoid talking and relationships with that particular person. That is a separate thing. So you don't want to anger your brother, your friend. So you maintain a distance. But in mind, you should have kindness. You should have compassion towards that person too. A balanced mind towards that particular person too. So because of the other people, you should not break the balance of your mind, right? And then we have to understand if there is tranquility in the world, then there is no fights. Since people don't have the balance of mind, so they have fights, right? They favor all the time. So when you have greed, when you have greed, and when you when you have craving, then you are bound to favor someone, right? Then definitely it breaks the balance. So when you have anger, uh, you break the balance. So when you have delusion, you break the balance. So when you have when you don't have tranquility, it can easily lead us to fights. So how the wars start? As a community. So uh, so we are told, right, so there is a community who lives in a particular country. So let's say Sri Lankans. Let's take my own country, Sri Lankans. And so our neighbors, they are Indians. So if someone wants to create a problem, they say they separate these people as Sri Lankans, these people as Indians, and say something against each other. Then we don't think with understanding about the actual human nature. We don't understand. If we don't understand, actually, even though to rule the country, there are these kinds of terms like Sri Lankans and Indians. There is nothing like that. In the true sense, individual being, the human being is human being. So even though they live in the same community, so they use the language which is used by the common people in that particular area. Still, when it comes to the human being, they are different, right? So actually, there is no any Indian within of anyone, or there is no any actual Sri Lankan in anybody. So if we don't understand that reality of life, reality of the world in the true sense, what we do, we develop hatred, we develop anger. Then it can easily generate communal violence. So you say, let's say, in the same country, there is an area where there is an area where there live a particular kind of people who believe in one religious belief. Let's say, okay, there is an area where there are Muslims. There is an area where there are Christians. So whenever something someone says about Muslims towards Christians, or about Christians towards Muslims, then so it can, if we don't understand the life, if we don't understand the world, it can easily generate hate. So that because of hate, so it can because of hate, the balance of mind, tranquility of mind can be broken, and it can easily lead to communal violence. So history is the evidence. So all kinds of wars and struggles that happen in the history, they happen because people didn't have tranquility. They don't understand the life. They don't understand the world in the true sense, according to the truth. So they create violence against each other. So to have things, so being greedy, right? So then you have to start practicing balance of mind, tranquility from the bottom level. Today, I'm not going to teach you how to practice it deeply. I'm teaching you in your day-to-day life how to practice that. So certain simple so practices that you can do, so that you can preserve, you can safeguard your tranquility, balance of mind in your day-to-day life. Let's start like this. So in life, sometimes you gain other people's respect. They praise you, they respect you. At that time, your balance of mind can break. You might think, oh, I'm a great man, I'm a genius, I'm a wonderful person. So this person respects me. So at that time, so then what happens? You break your balance of mind, and you let your negativity of pride to come up. So then vanity to come up, right? Then you should think like that, like this. These people, they respect me not to this figure, to my appearance. They are respecting me for my qualities. So for my qualities, so if I have these qualities, that's it. So whenever these qualities go, this respect will go. So whenever they see these qualities, it is their nature to show respect. So whenever there is no these qualities, it is the nature not to pay respect. So since I have these qualities, that I get the respect. So what to be? Why should I develop vanity? So I should stay humble. So when you think like that, then what happens? So your vanity goes down, and you can safeguard the balance of your mind, right? And then sometimes you are blamed, right? Sometimes in life you have to face blames. So sometimes people blame you with facts. Sometimes people blame you without any reason. Then at that time, and then sometimes the other people bring a lot of troubles to you. And then sometimes the other people bring you suffering, right? Cause suffering. At that time, you should think. So these are general human beings who are with negativities. It is the nature of them when they have negativities to cause these kinds of things. So what to do? If I can do something to manage the situation wholeheartedly, I will do that. And instead of hate, let me share my pity with these people. So may they also come out of their negativities one day. When you think like that, you can manage. You will be able to manage the situation. right? When do you do that? When you have blames, when you have troubles, and when you have suffering uh, from the other people, because of the other people, right? You think like that. And then when you eat too, so you can practice tranquility. How? So sometimes you can eat, you gain good food. So at certain places, you won't get good food. That means taste may be different. At that time, instead of developing disgust, you should practice tranquility. So some people, they don't like, they just say it straight away. That's not good. You can hurt someone. So sometimes certain people put a lot of efforts, but still they can't catch the technique to cook food, right? So somehow we should appreciate even a small time that they input to cook that, right? You might not like that. That's fine. You should understand. At that time, you should keep the balance, practice tranquility of your mind, thinking like this. The taste of the food is not very important. The quality, the usefulness of the food, the nutrition of the food is the most important thing. So this is a good food, which is not the poison, which is nutritious for the body. So let me eat happily. So even though you don't feel that much happy emotions, you will be able to manage the situation and practice tranquility. And another way, this taste comes and go, right? This taste comes and go. So why should I get angry at the taste which just come and go? So this is just a matter of few seconds, right? Thinking like that, you can let it go. And then you gain things. So let's say you do a business and you start gaining things repeatedly. So you become so rich, or maybe you gain more than enough. At such times, people are bound to develop again vanity. So they discriminate. Oh, I'm a rich person. They are poor people. Like that, you discriminate. At that times, again, you break your balance of mind. How to practice tranquility there? You should think, I have given in the past. That's why I'm gaining right now. There are so many people who do the very profession that I'm doing. All of them won't even, there are certain people who do, who give their whole time, whole effort to this, but still they don't get much success. I am successful because of my past good karmas. So I should do present good karmas to make sure that I will gain similar results in the future. So for some, so I don't know how long this good karma will stay. So it may stay longer or shorter. Until then, let me see. Thinking like that, you keep your balance of your mind. And then then you lose things again. At that time too, you feel sad. When you feel sad, then again you break the balance of your mind. You should think everything is impermanent. Whatever I do have today, you may lose it tomorrow. When I got all these things, these people, these things, they had the nature of losing. Now they are losing. Then they were to lose. So what to do? If I can do something, I'll do. If not, I should let them go. Because one day I have to let those things go. Right? When you think like that, you practice tranquility and do not let to break the balance of your mind. Okay? And then you have a lot of fame. So let's say on Facebook, you have a lot of followers. Just kidding. Instagram, a lot of followers. TikTok, I don't know. All right, TikTok or everything. So you have a lot of followers and this and that. So then, then you become so proud. And whenever you develop so much proud, you break the balance of your mind. So then, at that time, you should think, this is happening because of my past good karmas, and at the same time, maybe because of my good conduct. So that means I have good conduct. I should try my best to maintain this good conduct. So anytime, anything can happen, who knows? So let me stay humble. Let me not stay proud. Right? So sometimes when that happens, your fame, when you have such kind of balance of mind, your fames go up and up and up. So sometimes it happens. Sometimes you don't have anyone, right? In life, you try. I had, several years ago, I had one student. So she's working for the court, Santa Clara court. So she holds a very high position in Santa Clara, but no friends, unbelievable. So when you are a very famous person and very powerful person, there are so many friends around, but unbelievably, these things are happening in the world. So when you don't have people around you, you should not feel depressed. At such times, you should think. So number one, maybe I don't have enough past good karma to have such kind of a lot of people. Then if you have some friends, you should be happy. At least I have a few friends. There are so many people who don't have many friends, who don't have even one friend. I have some. That's a good thing. And then there are certain people who have many friends but bad friends. So instead of having a lot of bad friends, having one good friend is enough. And then at the same time, you can think, when I have a lot of friends, a lot of troubles. So since I have a few friends, few troubles. Thinking like that, you keep the balance of your mind. So don't feel depressed at such times. That's also important. That's so it is happening in Bay Area a lot. We don't see that, but loneliness is a big problem in this Bay Area. So maybe your friends won't share your things with you, but as a monk, I associate so many people, they share. There are so many people because they are they have worked very hard, no time for any such kind of relationship. So it is there in Bay Area nowadays. Somehow, when you don't have friends, you will think like that. So finally, whatever the vicissitude that comes into your life, think like this. This is temporary. This is impermanent. Let it be a positive situation now. Let it be a negative situation. Whatever it is, they are keep on changing. One comes, the other one goes. Then the other one comes, this one goes. Positive, negative, both sides, they keep on coming and going. Being aware, don't focus about the past. So don't focus about too much about, don't live in the future. So stay here, facing the current things. So be at the present and live with the understanding that whatever it happens, it is bound to pass away, right? So with those thoughts, keep the balance of mind, practice the tranquility within. So everyone, please think. Today too, all of us gathered here and practiced this noble technique of meditation and accumulated a lot of positive energy. We share all that positive energy, first of all, with all the sick people, gaining this positive energy. May they come out of those sicknesses. May they gain their good health back. May this positive energy be with all of us. By the power of this positive energy, may we have long lives. May we gain beauty, mental and physical strength, comfort and wisdom. Practicing the Dhamma path continuously. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nichang vada pachainu chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvang sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminate samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night, everyone. May you be happy. Good night. All right. Good night, Mr. Huat.
Thank you so much, Bhante. Good night to you.
Good night. And good night, Rahul and Pragati.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Maybe.
Have a
Right.
nice
Good night, Jaime.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Buenas noches.
Buenas
Good
noches.
night.